a lot for me. Okay, I will go back to Dormass Secondary School, where we hear the anthem and the 75 years of educating grace people from the Dormass Secondary School. Let the anthem start. I said two of you do it. Can you go?
Great Dormass is calling you. Wake up and serve. Mother Dormass is calling you. Arise and serve her with gladness. Yes, indeed, we shall fight for our school. We have already united to fight for a common goal. Success is a goal. We shall fight for our matter.
Unfortunately, our voices were not.
Yeah. So which year did you finish? Let's begin with you.
I was part of the first batch of the SSS.
First batch of SHS?
Yes.
Okay, so that's 95.
Yeah, 93.
93, okay.
Before, yeah.
Okay, and Madam, when did you finish?
2002.
2002, okay.
Yes. And me, I'm 2005.
2005, okay, so you are younger. Give us a brief history of the school. Who's going to do that?
Well, before I go there,
yes.
Can I say one thing?
Please.
I wish you could make the seat belt as important
yes,
as your wallet.
Yes,
or as your phone.
I'm working on it. It's very, very important.
I'll be very grateful.
I will do that. I'll do that.
We need you.
Yes.
Okay.
The history of the school.
Yes. Dormass Secondary School has a very interesting history. Established in 1947. Actually, the first ever secondary school established by Dr. Kwame Nkrumah in both Ashanti and Branhafo. So it's a very old school, 75 years, very important. And the most interesting thing about it is the fact that when it began, it had only one student.
A single student?
A single student.
Oh, that's how Dormass Secondary began?
Yes. One student. And
with one teacher. Did they start under a tree?
No.
In somebody's house?
Somebody offered a wooden house. If you go to Dormass, I don't know whether you've been to Dormass before, yes. Because the building is still there. It was a wooden house, a story building. So when you go to Dormass, we call it Nuyadine or something like that. So that's where it started from. Then later it moved to Rest House. That's the present day Dormass Hospital around that area. And then where it is, the present location of Dormass Secondary School, I think it was 1960 when we got that place and it was established. So, but initially, the school was called Dormass State College. And then from there, later when Dr. Kwame Nkrumah supported the school, it became Ghana Secondary School.
Okay.
So if it hadn't changed to become Dormass Secondary School, we have had Ghana Secondary School in Dormass. So
like we have in Tamale?
Yes.
Okay, and Ikoforidi as well?
Yeah. So then later, when it got to the present day, through the requests from the then chiefs and people of the area, the school was named Dormass Secondary School, as we have it today. So it has gone through 3 different names, and we are here today celebrating 75 years of secondary education.
What is the purpose of the homecoming?
I think, as Prof just mentioned, a school of this nature, very old, have made a lot of impact. But unfortunately, all old students, we are not together. Every year group are on their own. So having achieved this milestone, we thought it wise that this is a time for all old students to come together so that we can have a national student union, old student union, and then we can use that medium, contribute our quota to the development of the school. So for the homecoming, it is purposely to bring all old boys and girls together so that we can contribute well to help the development of the school.
So what are the activities going to be? Do you have that?
The first day, the program is going to start on Friday night. We have students coming to campus.
So this is at the school?
Yes.
Yes.
And there's going to be arrival and registration of guests and old students. Then there's going to be a year group roll call by gathering students to register with their names and the year of completion. Then we are going to have a candlelight procession. Then of course Jama and the bonfire. That's for the first day. Then on
will the students be there or
the students will be there.
They'll be there, okay.
They'll be there. So with the second day too, it's going to be Saturday, the 30th April. There's going to be a float throughout the principal streets of Dormass. Then we are going to have the launch of the 75th anniversary and fundraising. Then we are going to have encounter with the current students, have chat with them, encourage them, then also share our lifestyles and story with them. Then there's also going to be an open forum and formulation of a national Old Students Association.
You don't have it? You have it?
We don't really have, it's not really formalized. We only have the year group. So we are just trying to come up with the association itself. Then we're also going to have, of course, entertainment for the evening. Then finally, we'll bring the whole program to a close on Sunday, May 1st, with a Thanksgiving service and be closed for the program.
I see, yeah.
The Alumni Association has been in existence for some time now, except that perhaps it hasn't been as strong as we want it to be.
Yeah.
You know, if you talk about the Augustines, the Presets, and the Archimotes, it's all about the contribution from the alumni, the old students, the old boys and old girls. But it looks as if in our part of the world we haven't seen that much. So this is the time we have to do something. You know, Dormass is a decanfo. We are decanfo. We are pace setters.
You have to pick up.
Unfortunately, we haven't been able to do that. We haven't been able to live up to that expectation. So sometimes I feel bad when Dormass is categorized as a category B school.
By the GS.
By the GS. When we do the National Maths and Science quiz, we don't see Dormass there. Sometimes I feel bad about it. So what can we do so that Dormass will move on and take its place as a pace setter? And I think that is what should inform us. And it all comes down to a lot of things. The recent homecoming that St. Augustine's did, if you saw the number of people who came and the massive support that they had, you know, I'm in Cape Coast, so we see everything. All the schools are in Cape Coast. When they organize at this other college, when they organize alumni homecoming and all that, the support and the participation is so great. But we don't see that. So we must start doing something. The government cannot do it. Alumni associations are so strong when it comes to building institutions.
So did you have a project for this 75th anniversary?
A number of them.
Okay.
A number of
Which
them.
are some of the core ones?
The library. We want to
library.
have a very strong and modernized library. We are going to support in building classrooms. Recently, when I went to the school and I went around, I felt sad because some of these old buildings, Kwame Nkrumah built, some of them are collapsing. You can clearly see that we're not getting the necessary support to build infrastructure. So we have a target to help build infrastructure. We have an 18 classroom block that we want to help the school to build. Something that if we are able to get the support will be financed by the Alumni Association. So we are still soliciting support for that. And then there are other projects scattered around campus. In other words, what we want to do is to help to raise the image of the school through infrastructural building. Through that, then we can raise the standard of education over there. Something that some of us feel so sad about. Because I believe that if from there, today I'm a professor, everybody else there who goes there can become. And that should be the target. So when you have a situation where students in the school don't feel that they can get that far, it's bad. So we have to go back and let them see us. Let us tell them our stories so they can listen to and learn, take lessons from our stories so they can move on. The motivation is so important. It's not always about money. but also the motivation, which is the most important thing. Because some of us, if it were only about money, we wouldn't be here. It was a motivation to get the education that has brought us here. So that is something that we want to take upon ourselves to help the school to recultivate so that we can get to where we want to be as pace setters.
What's the actual date of the 75th anniversary?
The 75th anniversary is on 30th of September to 1st of October.
Ah, I see.
Yeah, for the anniversary.
Okay.
Yes. But for the homecoming, that is 29th of April to 1st of May 2022. So the homecoming is coming on just
Next week.
And then on September, we gather ourselves for the actual anniversary.
Wow. So who are the guests coming? Who are not
A lot of them.
A lot of old boys and
Yeah,
girls.
a lot of old boys that if you mention it, you'll be surprised that they really attended Dormass.
Prof is coming.
Yes. And we have the Domahini himself is an old boy.
Oh, Domahini is the High Court judge?
Yes.
Yeah, he's an old boy.
Yes.
And we have a P Court judge to Justice Ban, I don't know if you know him. We have Justice Solomon. We have Justice William Buampong. And then we have our own Nanadra Window. They are all old girls.
Oh, Nanadra Window is an old girl.
And then the former DJ president, Adjoa Yebo Afari. Yes. And then the current Minister for Health, Kokwet Mamenu.
Hey, Kokwet Mamenu
yes.
from Dormass.
The current
He's MP for Dormass, isn't he?
Yes.
The current Minister for Water and Sanitation, Honorable Cecilia Brandapa. They are all old.
Also from Dormass?
Yes.
Okay.
He also attended Dormass Senior High School.
I see. The former IGP.
Yes.
Apetu?
No, Opombuenu.
Opombuenu, former IGP. And they are all in attendance.
Oh, that's a big story. That's a very impressive lineup.
Oh, yes.
Very impressive lineup. Oh, congratulations to the school.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm sure by dint of hard work, you've produced all of these people. So Prof is right. If the students see all of these people lined up, they can feel that they can achieve anything that any of their contemporaries anywhere is achieving, whether it's Achimota or it's Prosecco. That's a very impressive story. I see. So this is a T-shirt for the homecoming, eh?
Yes.
So you have white and blue for the.
White.
Is it blue for the?
We have white, blue, and green too.
Oh, Dormass is a mixed school, yeah?
Yes.
Yes, it is. Okay. It's being mixed from the old system to the new system.
Yes.
I see. I said fully boarded.
Yeah, fully boarded.
Yeah. Okay. Excellent. So what's your last word on this? Prof, let me give you the last word.
Well, my last word would be that I'll encourage our colleagues to be part of this homecoming exercise.
But with this kind of cast that you have mentioned, you can raise a lot of money for the projects.
Well, it's all about the willingness to do it. Having the name doesn't necessarily mean that maybe you're going to get it.
Yeah.
But it's about people understanding what we have to do and what we can do and where we want to go, so they will contribute. Some people may not understand it that way. Of course, if everybody who ever attended Dormass Secondary School was to contribute something, that would be massive, and we'll all be very happy. There's one thing I've always loved about Dormass Secondary School, and the fact that in the days when we were in school, it was all about knowledge acquisition. Unfortunately, today, it's more about examination-focused teaching and all that. That is a major difference between Dormass Secondary School and other schools. And so sometimes we had colleagues who completed Dormass Secondary Schools with not so good grades, but performed extraordinarily well in tertiary institutions. So this is something that I'll encourage people to get to understand, that always judging performance and knowledge based on grades can be very misleading. And so I'll encourage our colleagues to come. Let us go and tell our story to our students. Because if I tell you the grades with which I completed Dormass Secondary School, you will laugh at me.
But today you're a professor.
But when I came to the university, I had first class.
Perfect.
Good. But if you compare, you will say, okay, you ask a question, what happened to you in secondary school? But for a lot happened to me. That's another story another day. So the encouragement is there.
But what did you study? What are you professor of?
English.
Oh, fantastic. So that's what you studied at the first degree?
Yes.
I see.
All the courses are fantastic courses, not just English.
No, I understand.
But all other programs fantastic. So Let's take
Is she also a professor?
No, I'm not a professor. I'm a marketer by profession.
Oh, you're a marketer.
Yes.
Okay, and
I'm a banker.
you're a banker.
Yes.
Here in Accra, in Kumasi, or
In Sunyani, where with the Central Bank in Sunyani.
oh, the Bank of Ghana in Sunyani.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So you are close to Dormass. So
Yes.
you'll be coordinating our arrival and all that when we are coming. I'm coming as well.
Very well. That would be very
We really love to.
I'd like to thank you very much.
Thank you very
Please, Paul, I would like to add, in fact, year groups all over, have been doing well. Some present chairs and all to the school. And so we appreciate all that year groups have been doing. But it's a time for all of us to come together, because as individual year groups, we can do, but as all year groups coming together, we can do better. And so we appreciate them for what they've been doing. This is a time for all of us to join all these year group forces together to a massive one, so that we can have a greater impact in the school. So that is one thing I want to
Absolutely. Do you have some text messages? Or is it on politics? Let's do some 2-2 from each of you, and then we can call it a day. Let's hear.